Okay, hello, it's our TED Talk class. Today's topic is stereotypes. We had this topic already, but we trying to repeat. Let's see what we learn new, what we know new about this topic. And we have a small video about stereotypes for beginners, and teacher Lee is our volunteer to retell the gist of the video.
Okay, basically the video was a comedian woman, and she wasn't very funny to me, so I don't know what kind of a comedian she is. But she's a Greek woman that's living in Great Britain. So mostly she talked about differences in the British people and the Greek people. And she didn't say much. She basically said the Greek people are impatient, and the British people are very, very patient and very slow to anger. She said Greeks like to stare at women as they go by, and the British don't look at women. And then at the very end, for about a minute, she started talking about some different countries like they were kids in a classroom, and she was kind of implying their behavior similar to a stereotype about that country. Like Israel and Palestine were always arguing with each other, you know, that kind of thing. So it really didn't have much stereotype in it. So, but that was the idea, was she was trying to talk about stereotypes, but didn't succeed in my mind.
Okay, but probably it will be our case. We don't know well if we will succeed in our TED Talks. So let's try. We have only a few questions today because I don't know why. Because everyone is lazy. Everyone wait for a summer. So we can start from questions, or maybe someone want to add to this video some favorite scenes or something. Favorite lines from this video. I like the line about British people. I like that. I always listen to some British podcast, Teacher Luke podcast, and it's it seems like so. Yes, I never heard that those guys were angry. Maybe they are angry, but it sounds untypical for Russian ears. It's like, I'm sorry, but please, can you give me something? It's very not sounds like being angry. So can support this stereotype.
It's very interesting, but you know, I think that British fans are like the scariest. I mean, soccer fans, yes, football fans. They are like the most aggressive ones and very, very scary, because every championship you just hear that British fans just beat up someone else. You know, just they are always in a fight or something. That's interesting. Why?
Well, as far as I know, Sergey is big fan of sport, on football, soccer. So, Sergey, have you met football, British football fans in your life?
Unfortunately, or fortunately, I didn't meet English fans, but I know about them a lot of information. And in Russia, we have a similar situation with several supporters. I support Zenit St. Petersburg, and I saw fans groups with aggressive
intention.
With aggressive attention, and they beat each other permanently with Moscow fans.
Sergey is very shy to say you, but to tell you, but he is the part of this group, right?
So you were pointing in the middle of that. Okay, got it.
Okay, Vasant, tell us how people react when they are angry in the India. Do they say please, or like British hooligans? How it seems?
They start dancing. I know. That's the stereotype.
Very good one. Vasant, please tell us. Vasant, you
I don't know. Actually, I don't get
well,
point of this.
tell us how people react when they are angry in India. You know, do they dance or do they argue aloud, or like British people, they never do that?
Yeah, they just yell at someone, even if they have anger against someone, they can yell at someone else too. They just divert the anger to someone else to let out
So,
something inside from their
so
mind.
no dancing at all. No dancing.
No.
I was just telling the stereotyping, thing, because here we just vision Indian people. I just saw a couple of Indian movies when I was younger, right? So, and everything is solved with dance over there. Everybody was dancing in every situation. That's why I was saying that. Of course, it's a stereotype, I know. But, just Indian people to me are always very, very, they're smiling all the time. They're happy all the time. So, that's what I see.
Have you know how many sunny days they have each year?
Oh, yeah, that's easy to smile when sun is always there. Yeah.
And Diana, you have some problem with your mic again, your favorite one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, Lynn, what about Marin Mai? I forgot how to pronounce it well. How people react? Again, please.
Yeah, they act angry and they shout. Yeah, I think it's natural for people to shout when they are angry.
Yes, it's natural for all of us, except the except the British. That's the most surprising thing. I know the stereotype about Spaniards that they always loud, they always do a lot of noise. It's a stereotype which I'm familiar with. So, Gerard, when they are angry, is it more or less like British?
No, I think they are quite noisy. They burn garbage containers, they throw objects, especially in demonstrations,
Do you have this soccer hooligans?
Yeah, we have some hooligans, but they are not as dangerous as the English ones or Russian ones or Polish ones.
Okay, so good company. Okay, let's start from Vasant. Vasant, we have a few questions. I just posted a link into chat to the questions on the Padlet. Please choose one, and we will try to answer.
Name the stereotype of your country.
Sorry, Vasant.
It's from Gerard's question. First question: name some stereotypes of your country that you are aware of.
Okay, we already named one stereotype about India. It's dancing. We know India by movies from Bollywood, and people dance all the time. So, can you name something else?
Not only dancing; it's about singing.
Singing
from lullaby to the obituary singing. So we use songs throughout our life. But it's actually it's a fact. Not a stereotype.
Today's topic is stereotypes are funny because they are true. Actually, I had an Indian friend when I started to learn English, and I asked her like, is it true that you're dancing all the time? She said, of course not. We're not dancing all the time. we're not dancing when we sleep, when we eat, and so on. So it's very funny. Sergey, Sergey, can you name your favorite stereotype about Russia or about India?
About India, it's my favorite that in India a lot of people very very workers, very like a job, hardly workers, hardly mathematician, hardly programmer. It's my new stereotype about India. I don't know what. Maybe this is true, maybe no.
There is a difference. We have an expert. Teacher Lee, can you explain why hardly is not the heart? Is not the same as a heart?
Yeah, hardly, even though it ends in ly, hardly means barely or almost not at all. Hard workers, not hardly workers. They work hard. They don't work hardly.
Yeah, so this one syllable changed the meaning to the opposite, right? Yes. So Lynn, can you please name some stereotype of your country, if you know one?
Is it type of my country or people
Yes.
from a country? My country?
I think it's about people, but if you know about country, please.
That their hospitality and their honesty, but I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
Most people in the world doesn't even know Myanmar exists.
So we can say that they're very honest, even though nobody knows where Myanmar is. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think, guys, that stereotypes are, like when we talk about people from other countries, other nations, we can all say a lot of good things about ourselves, right? But we're talking in stereotypic manner about our neighbors mostly, right? Not about ourselves.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, so Diana, please say some, how to say it?
Okay, I don't even start about Russian people, because you know what, where we will end, with that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. About India.
I can tell actually about my experience. I was working with American people, and when they come to Ukraine, they told me that we speak very emotionally, and they didn't understand when we were talking in Russian or Ukrainian. So they said that their impression was that we were fighting all the time, but actually we were just emotional. We were not fighting at all, but being, expressing our, I don't know, feelings, emotions, and even talking with the officials, they said that they didn't understand why I was so, so loud and emotional. I don't know, not British-like at all.
Well, interesting, because it's hard to notice being inside. I would not say so about at least Russian. I don't know. I think we are how to say it, concise, and I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes it can be, it seems to foreigners that it is like rude, when you are concise, when you just reply in a short sentences, they say that it sounds like you are being rude, though it is completely okay, within the culture. So
yes, we discussed it.
Yeah,
many times.
A lot.
Right. Yes, Holly always point me that it's not so pleasant to listen to my answers like, no, you are wrong.
Excuse me, but you are completely wrong. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So we know this difference. Gerard, what about your answer to your question?
About my country or about Russia?
Let's start from Russia.
So, and a stereotype from Russia is that you are a very good chess player. That you learn chess from your childhood. You know, it's like a subject of learning. Is it true?
Hard to say. Many people like to play chess here. At least it was so 20 years ago, I would say. Now it's a rare case when children play chess. But you know, maybe it will be changed because our government want to make chess playing like a school subject. So maybe it will return again. Yes, it will be from next year if they sign that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we will we will be able to produce a new chess champion. What about Spain?
You know, the stereotype of Spain is bullfighting.
Yeah.
Everybody loves bullfighting. And, flamenco, you know this music, flamenco?
Oh,
but actually,
yes, I love it.
that's in the south of Spain. Here in my place in the north of Catalonia, we don't like bullfighting and flamenco so much.
Oh my goodness, why, Gerard? I would
Because
love
we
to see
are-
flamenco dancing.
We are not so emotional.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's
Yeah.
opposite to my feeling about Spain. You know,
Yeah.
even now when I'm listening to Spain radio for Spanish, they always sing. In my opinion, they always sing. They always have music. It's not like Russian radio. It always looks like they have a party for me.
A lot of sunshine as well, you know.
A lot of sunshine, yes.
Yeah.
Teacher Lee, would you like to add something about stereotypes, America or Russia or Spain?
Well, like to say, Spain, we think of bullfighting and the flamenco dancing. Russians, we still have, to my knowledge, the vodka
Vodka, sure, yeah.
stereotype. We also think of Russians as having the big, the Ushanka hats and Russian dancing. There's a style of dancing where it looks like a Russian is almost sitting down and he's kicking his feet out. So we think of that Russian dancing style. That's usually what, and also we think of Russians as tough because there are our anti-superpower enemies. So, so we have different stereotypes, some good and some bad.
But all of them are true. I have to admit.
How about those bears walking the streets of Russia?
We know bears are the Russian symbol, but we don't think of bears as walking around. We don't think of it in terms of the animal itself, just the Russian symbol. So
maybe there's more like a Cold War thing, you know. Before there are actually a lot of American people in Russia, so this stereotype is overcome probably with the years, right? So, but
maybe, yeah.
We have too much web cameras now, too much. And,
sure, yes.
How it's car? How we call it? Registrator? I don't know how we call this camera in the car.
Now on the whiteboard, I did find a picture of a Russian in snow in a bathing suit, which I didn't understand until I met Ivan and found out they go out in the cold after a hot sauna. They go out in the cold snow in their bathing suit. So that stereotype appears to be good, true.
True, that's right.
Yes, and we believe that it's good. We believe that it's how all must go to the sauna. This way, I mean. Well, but one picture that we have on the board about Russian girl. It seemed Russian for me, and she have a piece of paper. I am Russian. I sell drugs, guns, porno with kids. This one is kind of surprising, I would say. I don't mind if people think so, but I never met such things.
Is that the Russian mafia, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, probably it's like the mafia or like weapon because, you know, okay.
It's because of Hollywood, because of...
Yeah, yes, all those things.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all, yes, especially porno with kids, you know. Just
No bad.
not bad at all, that's right. That's okay.
Yes, well. Lynn, would you like to choose another question?
We've lost Vasant, I'm afraid, right?
It's electric vultures as always.
Yeah.
Teacher Lee's first question.
Please read.
Why do you think we stereotypes? Stereotypes.
And what do you think?
I think the main reason is the generalization. We like to call things and associate some things with an idea in our mind. It makes us the world easier. Yes, I think it's the reason.
Sergey, can you name us another reason?
I don't understand your questions because I don't hear Lee.
Why do you think we create stereotypes? Lynn said the main reason is generalization. We like to economize our thinking this way. Do you know another reasons? Another reason?
I think that stereotypes help us for understand other things about we don't know a lot of information. I know that I have a stereotype about India. I don't drink water from a river, and this is true stereotype for me. And when I will go to India, I don't drink this water because I have a lot of information about it.
Will you drink the water from your rivers? No, somewhere close to you, Sergey? Sometimes. Maybe after some vodka it will be fine. Okay, got it.
Yes.
But Diana, you know you leave Russia long time ago. It's not after vodka. Vodka after water. It's the right way.
But the opposite. The other way around. Okay.
Well, you know it's important. It's important. I should.
Okay, point. I was too young for that thing to learn that thing. Yes.
Well, if you it's a I don't know. Can we call it stereotype or just?
It's a fact, I guess. It's not a stereotype. Yes, it's not safe to drink water in any other country, by the way, because you get used to the bacteria in your own water. So any other country, the purest water in the other country can be not so good for you, you know. So
yes,
but that's just safety.
Yes, but I mean that vodka thing. So in Russia.
It is healthy in every country.
Well, in Russia, people really believe that if you drink vodka after something, you know, spoiled, something bad water or something, but if you drink a glass of vodka after, you are unsafe. It's just, you know, just not a problem anymore. And the same with radiation, for instance. If people think that you are walking, you know, around computer all the day, they think you get a dose of radiation. So the thing what they offer you, it's a glass of vodka, please.
Yeah.
you need to get rid of this radiation like that. And
yes,
I don't
vodka
know.
is answer to anything. It's a good thing.
Yeah, some alcohol, not especially
Yeah.
vodka, but
Sure.
I don't know how can is it stereotypes? Probably not. But what is that? Preconceptions? How we call it? Teacher Lee, you're muted.
I'd call that a misconception. When you have a wrong idea, it's more of a misconception than a stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is it so wrong? Because we still use it with Sergey.
You're still with us, so yeah.
Yes. Sometimes during our camping we have to drink bad water and after and use this recipe, and we still okay.
Okay.
Jar, do you have your answer about why we create stereotypes?
Yes, I think we create a stereotype because we like to look at the differences we have each other. You know, even the problems between religions that they are quite similar, but they only look at the small differences.
Yeah.
When inside the same religion, even being Christian, you know, they have small differences and they fight each other because it is what they like. Only the differences, not what we have in common. That's not important.
Diana?
Well, I agree. I agree with Lynn and I agree with Gerard. So first thing, we like to generalize. You know, it's just easier for us to take in everything, like the facts, when we just see them in general. So, and we enjoy opposing ourselves to others. So we belong to one group, like the nation, okay? Let's say like the country, the nation. So we enjoy like compare ourselves with some other nations, countries, and just see those slight differences or bigger differences, I don't know. So, and I actually got a question about that. So do you think that stereotypes are actually the chauvinism? What's the difference? Is there any differences?
Let's ask expert. Gerard, what do you think? Is it chauvinism or not?
Chauvinist. But, you know, you can be chauvinist about your country, but not about the others.
Well, okay, chauvinism is when you think that you are better, right, in some way than others. So a lot of stereotypes, they are just like fitting these chauvinistic views, right? So they are worse than we because we are so hospitable and they are just crazy people, you know, just something like that. Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because sometimes we think, for instance, in Spain, we think we have a lot of corruption, but actually there are countries that the situation is much worse, and we think, oh, okay, we should be in the first place, but actually there are countries that there are much worse. So it's not always chauvinism and thinking we are very good. Besides, Ivan always tell me that Russians think very bad about themselves, have a very low opinion.
Right.
I think it's just Ivan and Sergey. They are exceptions. So my stereotypes are talking now. But actually, I know a lot of different people in Russia. Yes, a lot. And I had good experiences and bad experiences as well. So I told Ivan, was it Ivan, that I do not speak with my former classmates because of a lot of, you know, things that they said to me after the conflict with Russia. So we do not speak with them. So.
Okay, Lynn, please.
As Diana said before, stereotypes are defined by outsiders. So we can't make them believe our view stereotypes. For example, we can tell the world that we are honest, but you may not believe us. It's your view that defines our stereotypes, not our own view.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, answering Diana's question, I think that some stereotypes can be classified as chauvinistic one, and it's really so. But we have a vast variety of stereotypes. Many stereotypes are pleasant. Many stereotypes are about ourselves, and they also positive and negatives. Many stereotypes are definitely not true at all, but we like them. We try to support them. We try to make like they exist. You mentioned this bear things. Ask if American, ask any Russian about do you have a bear in your flat? The answer will be yes.
As a pet, right? So yes, my pet bear is hungry.
Yes,
I need an one American, just to feed my bear, right?
Yes, and I saw it many times, and it's totally untrue, but people just like this stereotype. So can we call it chauvinistic? I think no. Only one small part of them, in my opinion. And we have Anna. Anna, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Finally, I could join you. Hi.
Very nice. We pleased to see you here. And we are discussing stereotypes. And can you please share your favorite about Brazil? Right? You are from Brazil.
Yes, I am. Actually, I don't like the stereotypes and some of them, because many people believe that it's all about samba, and we are all into soccer, and everyone enjoys feijoada, right? And I don't think it's accurate, but one thing that is true is that we are very affectionate people. We touch one another, we kiss one another on the cheek while greeting, and it's not a sign of intimacy, we and things like that. Those kinds of stereotypes I enjoy, and they are accurate.
Well, I wouldn't say something bad about the stereotypes. It's still better than drugs, vodka, and child porn, as we discussed.
That's right.
So, Sergey, please choose another question for us. I think we answered this one.
Okay. Is there a stereotype that you hate the most?
Hate the most.
Hate.
Hate the most.
And do you have an answer?
Yes, I hate several stereotypes about Russia. That we have corruption, and they were permanently drunk, and they will go permanently on the street with four heads.
Sorry, four?
Full head, full.
Foreheads.
Okay.
Ushanka, yes. Ushanka.
Yes, Ushanka, yeah.
Okay.
So why do you hate this? Why is this not not the other?
Ushanka is very warm, actually.
But I don't use Ushanka permanently.
Yeah, so you still have some summer months, right? You're allowed not to use it in summer. I agree.
And now I'm not drunk, and I don't use a matryoshka and balalaika.
Yeah, matryoshka balalaika is a good one as well.
Okay. Lynn, what about you? Can you name us? Okay. We have a problem with Burma. We don't know any bad stereotypes about it.
Yes, we know that it is not Burma anymore.
Yes, but I can't pronounce the right name.
Okay, that's why. Let's rename the country because Ivan cannot pronounce it. Okay, good.
Well,
oh my God.
I was thinking it's okay.
We'll have to teach you how to pronounce.
is Myanmar.
Myanmar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Myanmar.
Okay.
I have a stereotype about Myanmar, but I think it's true. It's that there are a lot of Buddhist monks. Is it true,
Yeah.
Lin?
Yes, it's true. We are a Buddhist country.
Is it a stereotype? It's just a compliment, guys. It's a different thing. It's a good thing. Yeah.
It's not a stereotype.
Right. It's fact, right?
Okay, so we know only two stereotypes for now about Myanmar. The first one, they are very honest people, and the second one, they have a lot of Buddhist monks. So, which one you hate the most, Lin?
You tell me.
Okay, let it be your secret.
I think he hates the most when you call his country the different name, the colonial type. That's the pet peeve, I would say. Yeah,
Okay,
the pet peeve.
I'm trying to be a provocative.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just teasing you.
Gerard, what about you? Which one you hate the most?
About what? My country?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe you hate some stereotypes about Russia. Please name it.
No, I hate the stereotypes about my country. I don't like when they expect we like bullfighting or flamenco.
Yeah.
Okay. And Diana, we don't ask you about Ukraine stereotypes.
The stereotypes that I hate? Well, I can tell you, I hate when they say that Ukraine is just another Russia. It's the same as Russia. That's what I hate, because it is not, So they say, or when they say they all speak Russian over there, just all those things, which, you know me, so you know that I don't like that, and it is not true. Okay.
Okay. Well, Anna, what about you? Which one the worst?
When they say that all Brazilian people are dishonest and impolite, because, well, I don't know, our politicians are, but not the people.
Okay, okay. Well, what about me? I like all the stereotypes about Russia. I like to be drunk. I like to be in Ushanka. So I like to jump in the snow. I always support them. I always do all what I can about that.
And you even learned how to play balalaika. My goodness, you are walking stereotype, Ivan.
And you play chess.
Yes, I play chess. I
yes.
play stereotype. So, and I meet bear many times. So bears many times.
Yeah.
So like that. Lin, you have to say something? You want to say something?
I like to add something about geek or not. By the way, what's the difference between a geek and a nerd?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
I can, but we have an expert. Teacher Lee, what is the difference?
They're almost the same. They're both intellectual types, but a geek is usually a computer nerd. A nerd by itself usually is a bookworm. So a nerd is a bookworm, and a geek is a computer
worm.
Okay, computer worm, yeah. but geeks is specifically computers, yeah. Nerd is just books.
So I'm both.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, geek not only about computers but about gadgets, about this all fitness devices, about smartphones, headsets with Bluetooth, and so on. So
yeah.
Gadget.
Good point. Yeah.
Okay.
In Hollywood movies, a geek is kind of a weird person. utilize very much.
Well, if someone watched the Big Bang Theory series, it's you know, who are they?
Yeah.
Who are they? Nerds
Right.
or geeks? They don't work with computers too much.
It may not be true in real life. A technical person may be very social level.
Could be, yeah.
Okay.
Very, very rarely. But it is possible, yes.
Like Ivan works in technical sector, right?
Yes.
But he is very friendly.
No.
That's a mask, you know, just he's very good at, you know, just mimicry.
Yes, I'm friendly here because we're using computers. Come here and you will see another picture. Okay, Gerard, please choose a question.
Okay, can stereotypes have any good value? Yes, I think so. Because it's a way, you know, to recognize the differences between people from different cultures. And sometimes those stereotypes have, they are quite true. Sometimes not, but I think they are useful in this case.
Diana?
Well, I don't know. You know, sometimes stereotypes can be offensive, so which is not very positive, right? But I don't know if we are able to recognize them and laugh at them and with other people, so they're not that anymore. So probably then we can understand that we are not that different after all. So probably that's the good value.
I think that the question is very broad. Let's narrow it. Let's rephrase it. Let's ask this way: can the gender stereotypes have any good value?
Of course, yes, absolutely. you want to ask me? Okay.
So which one gender stereotype you like the most?
Okay, my favorite is that a woman should be in the kitchen, you know, so her place is in the kitchen, and the husband is a master of the family. That's my favorite ones.
Okay.
I love
and
that.
that's to have a good value, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Anna,
Can you couch?
The best friend of a man is a couch. Yes, four-legged friend of a man. Yeah.
Okay, Anna, can you support Diana, or you have another opinion?
About a bad stereotype or
Gender-based.
Well, sometimes I think that stereotypes are not a nice way to get to know people, because I don't know, they highlight their national identities sometimes, you know, something that's nice and people can make fun of it and laugh a lot, like Irish people are always drunk and things like that. It's very funny. And one that I like a lot is that the man has to be the provider, you know. So let's give the man the bills, right? And get our money to go shopping because we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Teacher Lee, please help me with terminology. I want to say that sometimes in math, when we need to investigate some graph, we don't build all the graph. We find special points. We call it wrapper points in Russian. I don't know how it's in English. Some special points, the max one, the mean one, and where the direction is changed. It's special points, and by knowing only few points, we can predict the behavior of the the whole system. So, in my opinion, the stereotypes is like that. We measuring people or countries in a few points, which is important for us, and because of that, we can predict the behavior or something like that. What is stereotypes for me? And if the stereotypes are good, if we can predict it precisely, I don't know how to say it, then stereotypes has a good value, have a good value like that.
Yeah.
Is it understandable, Tishli? Can you help me with that?
Basically, you're talking about interpolation. If you know a couple of key points, you can derive an equation that will pass through those points, and then between points you can approximate the behavior of the curve. So we call it interpolation, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. So, and because stereotypes usually about difference, usually about the key points. We don't care if people eat the same. We don't care if they do all the same that we are. So these stereotypes can how to say, rapidly show us the difference, can rapidly direct us to the right direction. That is a good value as for me. Sans, would you like to add something or answer?
No, I agree with your last point, because for example, Chinese people are they like communism, and another funny stereotype is Chinese products doesn't last for long. So I picked that one because that's funny for me. So I just listed another one. So I agree with you. Fine.
Gerard?
We didn't talk about American stereotypes yet. I like the one. American people are pretty fat. Actually, it must be true, because the sizes in Europe, and L from America is an XL here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the opposite is with China. We have a lot of goods from China, and I always add 1 or 2 sizes to their scale.
Right. Yes.
Sergey, what is your favorite stereotypes about Americans? If Gerard asking. And Sergey, please close to your mic. Still bad.
Yeah, something is wrong with the mic again.
Far away.
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and my favorite stereotypes about Americans. This is a very abnormal situation with polite behavior for women and men between them, and
Political correctness, you are saying.
yes, political correctness. Yes, and second point. This is very fat people with McDonald's sandwiches. And very abnormal people with baseball supporters team with this strangely rules for me. I saw a lot of movies about baseball. I don't understand nothing about it.
Yeah, me too. Yes, no rules are understandable.
What is it, baseball? And the third point, this is American football.
Yeah.
I don't understand. And several points, and black people and with black district without the police control.
Yeah.
Okay, and you probably missed a lot of talks with teacher Lee about this political correctness. We have a lot of them because, you know, I'm shocked usually about that political correctness too. And that's why we discussed it many times. And yes, it's a key point for Russians. right? We always see that at the first. Why they do so?
Yeah, that's very different.
But another what I like about stereotypes about Americans. I like that that one that they are very initiative. They always thinking about entrepreneurs and so on. So when Russian go to the chair and start whining that government have to give him money, Americans will do something. We think so. They will invent something. They will, I don't know, sell their chair when
anything. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they'll start doing something, right?
That's true.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
it's a very good one. And what about baseball and soccer and so on? I don't think that it's a stereotypes. It's just a coincidence, I would say.
Yeah.
Gerard, please.
I know the stereotype that teacher Lee hates the most. Is the American dream. Everybody can emigrate to America and be a millionaire.
Yeah.
But actually,
but
only few
American
people
dream.
can do that.
But I would change it. It was before Mexican Wall, you know. Now no
Oh,
one
yes.
can immigrate.
No one can emigrate, so American dream will stay for Americans only.
Teacher Lee, which one you hate the most? Is Gerard's suggestion is right?
Yeah, I would say so. Even when I was a kid, the American dream was to grow up and get married and have a nice house and a big yard and a good job. And the problem is we can get that, but we can't pay cash for it. We go into debt to get it. So you're almost like a prisoner, a slave. You have to keep working to pay for this American dream. So it's not really a dream anymore when you have to keep working to pay for it. And you know, so we're not as rich. We're not getting richer every year. We're getting poorer every year. So the American dream is not really real to me. Yeah.
Okay. What about the most pleasant one?
I think we have a stereotype, you can tell me, I'm not sure, that we're a very generous people. We do like to help others. We do give money to charities and poor people in other countries that have disasters. I hope that you see us as a very caring people. We want to help, but sometimes you just don't know how.
Well, yes, I heard about it many times. So it's a wide, broad thing. So it's a well-known thing. It's a well-known thing that that you are smiling, you are willing to help, and if you are in bad situation, just ask for help like that. So it's it's not invented in America. Okay, our time almost over, and I don't think that we have questions anymore because all our questions is all about the same. which is understandable. So Gerard and Diana, last fight about genders, and we will go.
But you didn't say anything about gender. You avoided the question, Ivan, and I dedicated this question for you.
For me?
Yeah, because you are always afraid.
Gerard is free as a bird, you know, so he can. No stereotypes working for him, you know. Just he's alone. He's living alone. You are, on the other hand, yesterday was an example of your, you know, just friendly parties and wife sleeping somewhere, and you were very afraid to wake her up. So you tell us.
I wasn't.
You were not. Okay.
I just see no point in that to wake her up, because she isn't willing to dance for us. So what's the point to wake her up?
Yeah.
What about gender stereotypes? I think that many of them are true also, but I know that people are frown upon about that, and what to do. But there are many pleasant gender stereotypes as well. Tell to any woman that women have a good intuition, better than men, and they can do many things at the same time, simulating.
Simultaneously.
Multitasking.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously, and it's okay for them. It's okay for them.
Women like pink color, Basan. Oh my goodness, women like pink color. Okay, that's a good one. Good one. Yeah.
Well, yes, and we have not many, a few classes with Holly about that stereotypes, not stereotypes. How would they call it? When they speak about men chauvinistic things, about domestic violence and that things, it's okay. It's okay to have some that stereotypes, those type of stereotypes. It's okay. So
are those stereotypes? I don't know.
Of course not.
It's facts.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So Anna share with us that. Anna, please, your favorite one.
My favorite. I already told you that the man has to be the provider. What I don't like about the stereotypes is that it's okay for men to go out with everyone because it's cool, and women are not allowed to do the same. I don't think it's fair, but I don't know if it's a stereotype or if it's a wild cultural thing,
Oh, just a discrimination, yes.
Discrimination, yeah.
Discrimination.
Discrimination, right on target, We can't be discriminated anymore, right?
Another topic.
Okay, let's finish on this positive note. It's a good one. So we just proved that we can choose a topic which is repetition, because we have a new people, we have a new thoughts, and so on. So don't be afraid of that. And another thing, it was an experiment. I want to show you what happened, what will happen if you don't send me your suggestions. I will choose the stereotypes again and again.
Okay. The same TED talk for the next time as well, right? Listen to that girl again. Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much for participating.
Thank you.
And see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.